It was such that in the prehistory of mankind, the humanoid inhabitants of Earth sought shelter within the deep confines of underground dwellings, eking out an existence devoid of luxury and niceties, safe from the sinister creatures lurking above. Gradually, these ancestors began to migrate beyond the confines of stone walls, and into the utopian population centers dotting the planet to this very day. Yet, deep below, something yet remains, a reminder perhaps of their troglodytic past. During the summer of 1984 on the planet Earth, in a location known as the newest in a series of Yorks, the Human Center began experiencing a series of unusual absences. You see, human creatures are social fauna, and have developed a need for near constant social interaction between one another, not necessarily of the same dominance hierarchies, of course. Thus, it becomes unusual for humans to be removed from their social groups for any extended periods of time without forewarning. It's soon discovered by some curious members of this particular center that others of their kind had decided to revert to their historical roots and found themselves dwelling beneath the vertical nests of the surface level. Predictably so, many within this subsurface section of the Nexus had begun to vanish as well, further deepening the mystery of the absent members. The alphas of this group, identified by their girth, grooming habits, and plumage, or lack thereof, of course, had concluded no cause for alarm, so as not to elicit panic among the various life forms dwelling within the human hive. However, the more inquisitive creatures continued to investigate, leading them to a remarkable discovery. A new subspecies of human had formed beneath the population center, predatorial creatures who, in a stunning display of forced accelerated evolution, were beginning to form a burgeoning colony. These troglodytes had become adept at hunting other creatures who had stumbled into their warrens, and over time evolved hunting patterns to enable them to venture out from below and seek prey elsewhere. Known colloquially as cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers, this subspecies had been generated as a result of multiple large-scale deposits of unstable atoms below the hive, which had been inadvertently distributed by the local surface-level community of human creatures. While many of the local population were not aware of this distribution, the alphas appeared acutely familiar, leading to a small-scale social strife upon discovery. Sadly, due to their lack of above-world adaptations, they were ill-suited for contact with the greater human population. In one fell swoop, they were slaughtered, the young lifeforms unable to counter their long-standing and well-developed progenitors. Many are quick to dismiss this subspecies known as CHUDs. Initially they appear slow, lumbering, and easy to outwit. But in reality, they are far more effective than most forced evolutionary creatures of Earth. Throughout their short time on this planet, they displayed a cunning level of patience, opting to ambush their prey rather than chase them down when possible. In almost every one of these instances, the hominids had very little time to react, resulting in their prompt elimination. It's important to note that this quiet behavior is present even when traveling on roving packs, searching for clusters of other humanoids. We've also detected a very specific behavior, as these creatures tend to conceal their exit and entry points from the surface-dwelling population of humans in a very intelligent display of deception. Additionally, these creatures show robust physical resistances, absorbing multiple kinetic forces to the skull, even in the early stages of development. In one instance, we observe a head completely severed from the body, persisting activity for several moments before finally ceasing entirely. Their capacity for combat is further enhanced by a robust physical frame and clearly enhanced musculature, possibly the cause for a somewhat reduced range of motion. While not particularly fast by any means, they still yet maintain a respectable speed despite an apparently lumbering gait, crossing small distances in open terrain to promptly capture and return their prey to their subterranean colony without notice. A vast majority of these surface incursions did in fact occur during nighttime expeditions. However, there is still evidence to suggest that they are equally capable of traversing well-lit environments with little to no difficulties. Truly, they were a simple effective subspecies. In spite of these glorious yet simplistic accelerated evolutionary adaptations, their survival was never a guarantee. The vicious nature of the progenitor hominids saw to this neo-species demise through the use of gaseous elemental compounds to contaminate the localized atmosphere. Though, there is sign of hope. While the original colony of CHUDs is no more, a new variant of CHUD has begun to emerge among the human population. They fail to maintain a majority of the former species' traits, but arrive with more unique adaptation suited for survival among other hominids. In fact, this new species of CHUD is able to blend in almost seamlessly with human beings with a little bit of training and conditioning. As a result, many have gone on to live normal, healthy lives among other humans, being accepted as one of their own with open arms.